Namaste. Welcome to this 30-minute restorative practice. Today's practice, we're going to look at deep rest. This practice will be one that you can go to anytime for deep restoration, relaxation, and anytime you need to let go of some tension that you're maybe holding physically, mentally, or spiritually. So let's tune in with the Guru Mantra and get going in our practice. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then full breath out. And the first thing we're going to do is lay on our backs. So we're coming into deep rest. From the beginning, as you lay down, let go of any tension you might be holding in your body. And just notice your breath. On the exhalations, work to let go of some of this tension. Maybe it's tension from your day you're letting go of. Just tightness in the body. Or even a situation in your mind that feels very tense. Use this practice to really let go so you can rest deeply. Now, oftentimes when I teach about relaxation, a lot of people are so used to being in this place of sympathetic nervous system or fight or flight. So fight or flight has become the norm. And resting and relaxation has become kind of like this luxury that we get from time to time. So a lot of the times we don't even realize how much tension we're actually holding in our body. So this next exercise is going to help us learn where we're holding tension and what it actually feels like to release. So we're going to do something called progressive relaxation, starting from our feet and working up towards our head and then to the whole body. So we're going to start this practice by just squeezing our feet really tightly, balling up your feet, draw your toes in, hold your feet, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, and then exhale and release your feet completely. Notice how relaxation feels in your feet as opposed to that tension from before. Now we're going to do the same thing with just our calves. So you're going to point your toes, ball up the calves, tighten up the calves, keep holding, breathe in, and then relax. And notice how that feels in the backs of the lower legs. And then we're going to do the same thing with our shins. You're going to flex your toes in towards you and really flex and tense your shin bones and your shin muscles. And we'll inhale and then release. Good. Now let's focus on our legs. So really squeezing your quads. Okay, so maybe flexing in your toes or pointing your toes, and you're going to squeeze the upper legs, the quads, the outer, and the behind the legs, and your hamstrings. Keep squeezing. Inhale. And exhale and release. Good. Now let's focus on the pelvic floor. So just imagine like you're some of us, we could say like drinking a smoothie from down there. So it's kind of that sucking inward and up feeling. The low belly draws in. So imagine like you're just drawing in and up now. Hold, 2, 3, big breath in. And exhale and just soften the pelvic floor. Now let's focus on our buttocks. You're going to squeeze your bum. You might lift your hips up a little bit. but keep your bum on the floor. Keep squeezing your bum. Take a deep breath in. And then relax. And then let's tense the low belly. Okay, so really squeezing the core in, kind of zippering in towards the midline. Upper core will engage now too. Good. Hold, hold, hold. Inhale. Then relax the core. Good. Now let's squeeze the chest area, so the pecs. Okay, so squeeze. You might kind of push your shoulder blades down. Squeeze your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. And relax. Very nice. Now make fists with your hands. Flex your arms. Squeeze your whole arm area, hands, fists, everything. Inhale. And then relax the arms to the floor. Relax. Now press into the floor so you're engaging your neck. So you might even lift your upper body up, kind of squeeze that neck area, push down into the floor, into your head, and then relax. And now the face, we're going to ball up the face towards the nose, so everything moving towards the midline. Squeeze in the middle, squeeze, 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 jaws tight. And then relax your face. And then we'll do one more. We're going to open our face as wide as we can. So you're going to stick out your tongue, roll back your eyes, open your mouth big, and hold. So let's do that now. So here we go. And then inhale. And exhale and relax and close your eyes. Feel your whole body now. We're going to tense everywhere. Okay, so squeeze and tense everything as much as you can, pelvic floor included, everywhere. And then soften. Good. Bend your knees in. Take your feet wide, knock your knees together. And just start a 1:2 breath. So inhaling through the nose. Double your exhalation through the mouth. Keep going in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Keep going. This is a breath that really helps us let go. We're taking so much in our day-to-day, so many images, so many sounds and sights and smells through our senses, and each one creates this energetic imprint on the system. So when we're taking in so much, we also have to remember to let go. So this breath really helps us to work on letting go, to balance out our energies. So just do 2 or 3 more like this. Good. So from here, stretch your legs out now. And stretch your arms overhead. And we're going to come into banana pose. So you're going to just bring your hips to the right, arms and legs to the left. And you might cross your right leg over your left ankle. So you're crossing at the ankles. And then just breathing here. And we want to make it really effortless, relaxed. It's such a beautiful, deep side stretch with minimal effort. And we want to really drop the effort. This is all about restoration, recovery. We don't want to be pushing it so much. Giving yourself that permission to relax and to experience calm. without having to do more, which I think is such a common thing. We like to always push ourselves to accomplish more and do more. But in this moment, you just need to let go. You've come here for rest. Let's take that rest. Okay? Walk out of this side, just kind of stopping in the middle. Noticing how you feel on that whole right side. And then we'll put the hips out to the left. Walk our legs and arms towards the right. And again, if you want to cross that left ankle over the right, you can. Try to keep your shoulder blades and hips on the floor. Good. Relax your arms as much as you can. And just breathe into the intercostals, to those side ribs, to the hip. Enjoying this time for you. Good. Let's bring it back to center. And then just gently bringing your hands down. We'll bend the knees in and we're going to start a moving bridge. So as you inhale, hips and arms will raise up. And then as you exhale, hips and arms will lower. So just move with your breath to create a really rhythmic movement and create some openness and expansion along the spine. This is one of my favorite moves, to kind of feel openness through the whole back body. And also just a good stretch for your quads, through your thighs. Good. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Try not to let the knees knock outwards. Good. And then when you come down, just bring your knees in. And you can rock side to side if that feels comfortable, or make little circles. Good. And then we'll hold the right knee in towards the chest. We'll extend the left leg all the way down. Push out through the heels. This is Apana Asana. Breathe into the belly. Good. And then we'll let go of this leg, but keep the knee bent and just start to circle the leg. Okay? So a lot of times we hold stress and tension in our hips, and this is just one really great way to release it. Good. Okay? Now from here, we're going to grab our strap and put it around the right foot and just hold it up so you're stretching into the hamstring in the back of the leg and keeping that left thigh rooted and down. Left hand's going to come out, and then we're just going to take the leg out to the right, and that left hand, left leg is going to ground us down. And we can breathe into the inner thigh. And some of us might be resting our foot onto a block, so you could do that if you're feeling really a lot of tightness. You might take a block right underneath your thigh, or you might even bend the leg in like tree pose and just really, really gently stretch the inner thigh. Good, and slowly come back up. And then just unloop the strap, bend the knee in, hold the knee with the left hand. Right arm stretches out now and come into a twist. You might turn to look out over that right arm. Breathe into the chest. Good, other side. So just come to rest in the middle. Good, and then let's bring in the left knee. So you'll hold the left knee in, again, right thighs dropping down. Breathe into the belly. This is a really great breath to help move the excess air and space elements out of the body and out of the colon. To breathe into the lower belly. Good. And then releasing the hands, let that knee again circle out. We'll release any tension here in our hip flexors. And this also helps to lubricate the joint, which is so important, especially as fall season hits and it gets cold. Or if you are just vata by nature, have higher space and wind element in yourself. Okay, good. Now we'll find the strap again and straighten the leg. Okay, holding that leg just up and in. Right arm's gonna come out, and then we'll open it up for this really lovely stretch in the inner thigh. Good, nice grounding breaths. Try to keep that right hip down. Good, gently bring the leg back up. Bend the knee, draw it across the body. Left hand's going to open up, coming into a twist. And we can use this twist in so many ways. It helps with transformation, digestion, assimilation. And we can even think of it as like sort of twisting out negativity or doubt. And then just rolling over to your right, coming up to all fours. And this isn't traditionally a restorative posture, but we're going to do a downward dog. So you're just going to lift your hips, push your thighs back, drop your head. So this is sort of as active of a pose as you're going to get. And we're just creating length and space. Space as you inhale. Length and depth as you exhale. And just stretching out, again, the whole back body, chest, front, everywhere. Good. And then my other favorite posture for a restorative sequence, that's not usually typical restorative, folding forward. So I like to grab my elbows or just cross my arms. Send the weight forward towards your toes. Release any tension in the neck. Good. Bend your knees and slowly come back down. You can just sit down. And you can find here now a block or 2 blocks, you'll see. And then your bolster. And so what you'll do is you'll sit onto the edge of your bolster. Okay. You'll stretch your legs out onto the blocks. And then your head will come down to the floor. And just make sure that your chin's not too far up. If it is, you might put a blanket underneath your head. And arms nice and wide. So a full reclining bridge. So opening. So nice. If your knees get sore at all, you might also put a bolster underneath your knees to kind of lift them up a little bit. Good. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. And as you're here, thinking about energy and tension, how best to use your energy, how best to restore your energy, and how tension usually comes when we are at the lowest point in our energy scale. So if we're really tired consistently and we have high stress situation, it's going to create a lot of tension. So taking time every day to be quiet, to turn the senses inward, is such a huge benefit to our system. Good, and let's bend our knees so the feet are coming to the floor. Come out and take your bolster that was on the long way along your spine, just underneath your hips. And rest here for a moment in supported bridge. Okay, very, very great pose for low back pain. Try to just rest your hips down. Come heavy where you feel that contact. And just 5 more breaths here. Good. One more time, just sliding down the bolster till it's right underneath your knees. And we'll close our practice here in CRP, constructive rest pose, knees slightly elevated, body relaxed. Experiencing rest. Rest that is not a zoning out, but a zoning in. Fully present and involved in this rest. Feel yourself recharging. Recovering. Stay here as long as you need. Even if you want to take a nap in this position, be so nice. Go ahead and keep resting as long as you need here. I'll come and close the practice, but again, just stay as long as you'd like. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.